All right, we're about to watch the latest episode of Star Wars: The Acolyte. This is episode 4, episode 3 last week, obviously, and expectations are low, I guess, low. But I think this episode is going to be very pivotal for the series as a whole. Because last week's episode was not. Let's be real. It was not. It was not good at all. So we're gonna need this episode to be somewhat watchable in order to keep some of our interests moving forward. So we're going to hop in here in a second, and and yeah, hopefully, hopefully this hopefully this works out. So all right, let's go ahead and head over here. Gonna get it queued up. Oh wait, I think it started. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, start. All right, looks like we're on Kofor. Um, Hopefully we get a little backstory with the Wookiee. There he is. Here he is. Um, okay. Looks good so far. That's practical effects to an extent. All right, back to Coruscant. Is that Coyote Mundy? No, he's not. He's not alive. That's definitely not him. Brother? Well, not brother. I guess would be a dad, grandfather, something like that, maybe. We'll have to check out the credits just to see who the guest Jedi are or whatever. Okay, so Chimera is referring to this master as a he. So, unless there's some misunderstanding, it's not Mayan Osha's mom that is the Dark Jedi Sith, whatever. But maybe they just don't know yet. I don't know. So we've got Plo Koon, Coyote Mundi, this little squirrel guy. It's not a squirrel. We're, this is a weird setup here. They got a lot of people. They obviously know there's a bigger threat. They have all these Jedi here to bring May in. Mm, okay. This looks like something out of Lord of the Rings. It's like the Fellowship, all those sweeping landscape scenes as they're um, making their way to the Mines of Moria and such. And this looks like the Fellowship of the Ring. Just it's kind of random. Okay, interesting. It just looks off. I don't know. not doing these little grub things, man. I mean, clearly they look like little grub centipede, millipede things. What is that? Some. Oh, they have wings. Oh, these things are nasty. I mean, they're all over the trees, and y'all are just looking at the one in front of you. And the way he pulls out his lightsaber like that's just kind of. They're literally. There's hundreds of them on these trees. Yeah, Chimere's just. He's throwing me off, man. I think. I don't know. Let's see how this. See how the rest of this episode goes, but there's a decent chance that he's downplaying his role here, but we'll see. How do you lose Basil, your tracker? That literally makes no sense. Why is he not staying with you, or why aren't you guys keeping up with him? I'm so confused. All of a sudden, she's just 16 or so years of straight up evil, and now all of a sudden she wants to surrender, turn herself in because she knows her sister's alive. She wants to betray her Sith master guy. What? Oh, I think something's about to happen here. The Sith just killed Kalnaka literally like 10 seconds ago. Oh my. She's basically been framed. Osha has. Or, sorry, May. May's basically been framed. Is that Plo Koon? So they fly now. Bro just floated down. This is definitely Chimera. It's gotta be. Of course, it ends with that. Okay. Let's check these credits. I want to see if that was Coyote Mundi, Plo Koon, whatever. Okay, episode's over. Credits are rolling. Um, that was a short episode too, man. I feel like we did not progress the story much at all. Whoever this cat is, they're very powerful with the Force, or the thread, as people are calling it. I need to see these guest appearances. I think it's Chimera, man. It just gives me Chimera. And when he walked up to May and was like standing in front of her, just height wise and build wise, it felt like him. Okay. Master Lakshay, Master Holden, Master Kai Addy Mundi. It's it's him. How? How's he alive? How is he alive? This that doesn't make sense. How is Coyote Mundi alive at this time? It's not adding up. Based on when the show takes place and when Coyote Mundi is born, it doesn't line up. Unless they just straight up change stuff. I, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Master Kai Addy Mundi, Derek Arnold. That it's him. Kai Addy Mundi. He went into the world between worlds and basically came out into a period before he was actually even born. I mean, okay, okay, okay. Makes a lot of sense. That actually makes so much sense. Like, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. He is, yeah, he was alive. He was totally alive. And 100 and what BBY. He's totally alive. Totally. I don't know, man. This show is just I don't know, man. This show is just kind of. I feel like they're rewriting a lot of stuff. I don't know. In this episode, didn't progress the story much at all. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I still feel like I still feel like Ocean May's mom, the not the mother NSA, the other one, I forget her name. Sorry, she's not a memorable character, so I'm not gonna remember her name. They could have written her as, but they didn't. Um, Whatever her name is, she I feel like she was mind controlling May and possibly killed all the rest of the coven, or possibly was mind controlling everybody and had them attack the four Jedi station there, and they just basically they had to um, defend themselves, right? Because they were being attacked, threatened, and kill them all. Maybe I don't know. I don't know, man. This is not. I'm not vibing with this right now, man. I'm not. It's not. It's it's not Star Wars for me, man. It's not. This feels less Star Warsy than the sequel films. Now, mind you, Episode 7, I actually did enjoy that one. 8 and 9, obviously it went south, but those were more Star Wars than what I'm currently watching. And budget wise, 180 million to Obi-Wan Kenobi's 90 million, I think. There are aspects that are like, that doesn't look great. You get that, the writing, I don't know. And that scene where they're like walking along the side of that mountain or whatever, and like you got that panning um, camera shot. That was very. It was giving me big Lord of the Rings, Chronicles of Narnia vibes, something like that. I don't know. That was just kind of a random scene, and just sending all those Jedi out there. That was kind of for this. Obviously, you were like, hey, this is a pretty big threat. We need a lot of people. So you send a lot of people out there, and I don't know. Anyway, in this next, thankfully, so one thing this one thing this episode did do was set up the next episode well. I guess leave us on a cliffhanger. Something excited. We have something exciting coming next week. We have the Sith versus all these Jedi. Um, and I think we have like four more episodes, so it's kind of in a weird spot. Like I'm glad we're finally getting the Sith on screen to like actually do something instead of like staying with their back to the camera off in the distance and ignite their lightsaber, which was the most weird, random fan filmy shot ever to close an episode. Closing an episode like this is great. Um, and yeah, I think so. I actually am excited for next week's episode because we're gonna get some Sith versus Jedi action, right? Look at our hat: red lightsaber, blue lightsaber, clash, whatever. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to actually see this guy. I feel like it's Chimere in action. Like I said, it looks everything is just giving Chimere, and yeah, I think that's going to be great. The even the robe dude had on that looked like the robe Kymir had. I don't know if he had it on at the moment, but he had it. And just the fact that he wasn't on screen when May um, runs off and whatever. I think that was good. And I don't know. I just think that I think it's him. I think it's Kymir. He's playing dumb. Like whenever the Sith shows up, he's not on screen. Maybe I've got it all wrong. Maybe it is Ocean May's other mother. I'm sorry, I forget her name. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, so next week's gonna be exciting. Finally. Um, so basically, something needs to basically based on the powers, based on what the Sith, probably Kymir, was displaying. Just flick of the fingers sends May flying. Whatever he did with his hand there, that big shockwave through the ground sends all the Jedi flying. And that's not even using the lightsaber. Being able to manipulate everybody like that with just the Force. You are very powerful. So, what needs to happen next week is basically everybody but Soul, maybe Daphne Keen's character, needs to die. Out of all the Jedi, those are the two I care about. Soul, great. Daphne Keen's character, intriguing, deserves to live a little longer. So if anybody makes it out, I think it's them too. And of course, May and Osha, I assume, will both survive this next episode. Obviously, they can't kill the Sith off yet, unless, well, given the rule of two, you've got this guy, probably Kymir, and then there should be a master. Unless Kymir is the master. No, I don't know. Given the rule of two, there should be two Sith around at this time. So you've got this one here on Kofar encountering the Jedi at the end of this episode. And then there's got to be one more, man. And given the way this is all being played out, it's got to be the Master. Because the Master always sends out the apprentice to do all the dirty work. I mean, just look at everything. Just look at it. Palpatine, Darth Sidious sends out Maul, right? Palpatine, Darth Sidious, Count Dooku, right? Palpatine, Darth Sidious, Vader. It makes sense that this Sith we're seeing is the apprentice, and there is a master out there. Who should it be? Well, it should technically be Plagueis' master. What's that dude's name? Tenebris? Yeah, Darth Tenebris. It should be Darth Tenebris, given the time period. Should be. Who is it? I don't know. But that's who it should be. And then I don't know, man. Okay. The worst part, let's start with the worst part. The worst part of the episode, for me, it was another cheesy thing that they're doing with this Sith. Early on, I think it was at the end of episode 1, May shows up on the rock. I don't know if it was Octo or if it was somewhere else, whatever. Sith dude's off in the distance. They pan out to him. He's got his back turned to her. He says something, ignites his lightsaber. Episode ends. Random. And now we have this. Dude is just floating down. He's just floating down. Dude can fly. I like the kind of creepy horror aspect as he was kind of slowly floating down behind Osha. But um, I don't know. It was kind of weird to see. As far as I know, I haven't seen that on screen. I don't think it's ever been shown on screen, which is probably why I'm thinking it's so weird. And I don't know if I didn't even know it was something they could do. Obviously, they can jump real high, and they can fall from very high up and land just fine, kind of like a cat. Um, but I don't know. That just kind of threw me off. That was probably my least favorite part. No, I don't want to say that. It was just the weirdest. For me, it was the most like almost just weird part of the episode for me. The worst part of the episode was just the random like Lord of the Fellowship of the Ring or the Fellowship, like you know, you've got Frodo, Sam, you got all the Merry and Pippin, Legolas. Um, sorry, I'm tired and drawing a blank. Gimli, and then what's dude's name? Anyway, and then Boromir. Why do I remember Boromir but not the? Anyway, the Fellowship as they're heading out in the film, heading to Mines of Moria and such. They've got shots like that in the movie, and it was kind of giving that vibe for me. Aragon, that's his name. It was kind of giving that vibe for me, and just I don't know. It was kind of random, just kind of weird, and I rolly that term, just kind of something where you would like roll. You're like, come on, man, just roll your eyes at. You're like, that doesn't fit. That scene does not fit in this universe. It was random, but I don't know. Other than that, I mean, this was definitely not the worst episode. That's not saying much at all, actually. Like, none of them have really stuck out to me. I don't know if I could rank them at this point. We'll save that. We'll save that for another episode. But I don't know. This was kind of meh for me. Didn't advance the story much, and not much at stake. It's just kind of random. It's just kind of there. May all of a sudden snaps and is a good guy, has nothing against the Jedi, doesn't want to complete her mission of taking out Count Naka. She was literally going in there to turn herself in to Count Naka. And that's another little clue. So when she was talking to Kymir about like, hey, I'm done with all this crap. I have nothing. I have no beef with the Jedi anymore. I'm gonna turn myself in. Blah blah blah. All that stuff. Kymir was like, well, he's playing dumb. He's definitely playing dumb. But he was like, whatever. At that point, he was like, okay, I'm gonna have to take this guy out myself. I'm gonna do it right before you get there, and you're gonna get framed, and it's gonna look like you did it, and blah blah blah. So that was his original. That was his plan, at least, or he at least wanted. He had to take out Kalnaka before she got there and could turn herself in and whatever. So he did that. I assume. I mean, it's got. I don't know. I feel like there are too many clues pointing at it to being him, but whatever. Anyway, so you've got that. And of course, he's out there. Now he should kill everybody there. Should kill, based on the level of power with the force there. He should be able to take everyone out pretty easily. Of course, he won't because they don't want to. They don't want to do that. They don't want to. They can't. You can't take out Master Soul just yet. You can't take out. You could take out Daphne Keene right now. That would be. That would be emotionally. Well, not like we're not like she's not like the best character, but we have more of an emotional connection with her. Much more of a connection with her than we do, say, Yord or whatever his name is. If he died, it's like, all right, whatever. But with her, that would actually that would hurt a little bit because she's doing a good job. She is. Obviously, writing's not great, but she's doing the best job she can with it. She's doing well. Her and Soul are kind of the two big Jedi that I would hope survive this, I guess, just so that we have a couple characters to go off of these last, I think, 4 episodes. I think there are 8 in total. Than I would with anybody else. Yord, everyone else there. If you die, so be it. I don't care. Now, if they do kill some off and not all of them, I think they will keep Yord alive. I think, personally. Just a few more episodes or whatever. I don't know, but Manosha are going to survive. They got to. I don't really. So, I don't know, man. Based off this encounter, nobody should survive. They should all die in next week's episode. And pretty early on, too. There's no way they're going to fill a whole episode of them fighting. They should all die. Based off this guy's ability in the Force, they should all die pretty quickly. Obviously, they're not going to write it up as such. But that is what should happen. I mean, I'm not writing this. I'm not writing this. If I could have done an episode, that would have been great. Because I would have. I don't know. Never mind. But anyway, this episode was not the worst, not the best, and I don't know. One more thing. The way the Jedi pull out their lightsabers and they just charge at the Sith. I don't know, man. That was just that felt kind of cheesy to me too. I don't know, man. I really want to like this show, but like, I can't. Not sold on it, man. I'm just week in and week out. I'm like, okay, this is it. This is it. And they don't deliver. And halfway through the series, it's like, I'm like, 80% through episode 3 or 4 here. I was like, I'm done. I'm out. Emotionally, I'm out. I can't, I can't feel it anymore. I'm going to watch every episode because it's Star Wars and I love Star Wars, but I was like, no, it's not doing it for me. Then we got to the final little bit. Kymir gets tied up. May finds Kalnaka's place. May goes into Kalnaka's place. Kind of gets a little creepy there. Kalnaka's motionless. She comes around the corner. Kalnaka has a big lightsaber gash through his chest. Kalnaka's dead. I'm like, okay, now, okay, I'm back. I'm invested. This is good. Jedi pull up. May's hiding inside. We switch over to Osha's perspective. Here comes Kymir. I assume Kymir. Here comes the Sith, levitating down. And the levitating, that I can't get over that. I don't know why. It's not that big of a deal, but it's like it's throwing me off. Anyway, dude comes down, levitating. Freaking Mary Poppins up in this thing. That was creepy. The music was creepy. The scene was creepy. Whatever. Then he walks up to her. Cool. I'm like, okay, here we go. This is good. Then he starts displaying his force abilities. And I was like, yes, this is much better. Much better. And I'm like, yes. And then I'm up here. We're like, okay, this is good. Then it goes back down here. And here's why. The Sith whip out their lightsabers and they start charging at her. Him. I'm like, we were doing good. Then a random little scene like that has to happen. Why can't they just stand there? No one's pulling out lightsabers yet. Maybe we get a little bit of dialogue. This guy needs to talk. We need the Sith to talk. Let's get some dialogue. Let's say something. Let's heighten the tension further. But we didn't get that. Instead, the Jedi are just like, all right, straight to it. Let's roll. Lightsabers out. Let's charge. Freaking Chronicles of Narnia stuff. Lord of the Rings. Which I love. Two properties I love. I love that stuff. But it doesn't work for Star Wars the way the Jedi work. I know that pre-Phantom Menace and stuff, they were a little different. High Republic era, I understand they were different. They weren't as reserved, whatever. They were kind of, cocky stuff. But this is what they did there, was not displaying that. They were just kind of, I don't know, it was kind of random. So you see a little bit of Sith ability or Force ability from the Sith dude, Kymir. I hope I'm right. I've got clues that are pointing to it being Kymir, and not not Osha and May's other mom, whatever. And yeah, then the episode ends. So because of that, I am excited for next week. I think, and I hope there's some carnage. There needs to be. Like, the majority of these Jedi need to die. They need to die. I hope we get some decent lightsaber duels. I mean, this guy seems so powerful that these Jedi won't even get a chance. They won't even see him coming. They won't even get a chance to actually clash sabers with this dude. Soul will, of course, but otherwise it's like this guy just seems powerful. That's great, but I don't know. And I don't know. So because of this, I'm excited for next week. I haven't been able to say that for any of the other episodes. Like after episode 1, I wasn't like, oh man, I'm so ready for episode 2. After episode 2, I wasn't like, oh, I'm so ready for episode 3. And definitely after episode 3, I wasn't like, oh, I'm so ready for episode 4. In fact, after episode 3, I was like, episode 4 is the make or break episode for this series based on what we got in episode 3. That's how I was. I wasn't excited for it. I was like, this is it. This is it. You're either going to make a right turn here or you're going to shoot off the cliff and plummet to your death. And through most of the episode, I was like, nope, ain't happening. Then there are a couple scenes here and there, and of course the end where I was like, here we go, this is good. And this got me excited and a bit optimistic for the next episode, episode 5. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. We'll probably do a further breakdown, doing with Colton here in the coming days. Hopefully, we're both super busy, so getting time to actually sit down, film one of these podcast episodes, edit it, get it out on YouTube takes time, and we have some free time, but it's at like different times, so like it's hard to find a time where we can both get this stuff done. But anyway, that's kind of my 2 cents from episode 4. Again, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I am kind of excited and optimistic for next week's episode. And I hope it's good. I do. I'm going to watch them all, but I hope episode 5 is kind of the turning point of this series. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. So yeah, guess I'll call it here. I'm gonna rewatch this and see if I can find any more clues on Kymir being the Sith, the guy. And yeah, maybe mention those in the breakdown or podcast episode with Colton here in the next couple days, hopefully. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. 6 more days till episode 5 that I hope is good. Needs to be good. I'm actually excited. I hope it's good. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, listening to my rant and stuff. I don't think we really have anything to watch. I don't know much about Skeleton Crew, but I don't think we have much to look forward to till the Heir to the Empire movie that Dave Filoni and I assume Jon Favreau are doing. And honestly, when it comes to Star Wars, less is more. I think instead of pumping out all this stuff, we just need to, let's retract. Let's think about what we're making. Let's make sure it's good. Okay? We don't need to be just throwing random stuff out there. This time period, High Republic era, I was so excited for, and I've been excited ever since they announced this series. I've been super excited. Obviously, I didn't know the script or anything. I'd just been excited for the show, and then obviously it gets here and it's like, But hopefully we're making the turn. And hopefully we have some good Star Wars content coming up. But anyway, guys, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys in hopefully a couple days. And yeah, might do a watch party for the next Acolyte episode. So that would be a Tuesday night. Might do that as long as I don't have to get up early for work the next day. That's kind of why I haven't been doing these, because I've been having to get up early for work the next day. If I don't have to, then we will do a watch party. And yeah, if we do, hope to see you guys there. But anyway, that's gonna do it. Time for me to grab some dinner, get this finished up and uploaded. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video.